Hello guys and welcome to Medi's Tech Circle. So as you can see, I have my brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus in the beautiful Aura Glow here, and today I want to talk about OneUI version 2. So I installed the beta just for you guys so that I can show you in depth what is new, what has changed, what you can expect from this update. And as last year, if you're subscribed to my channel since last year, you know that I really go into the detailed things, what changed, and not only the big things. So I would say this is probably the most detailed OneUI 2 overview or review you will get. So in this video I won't talk about the big changes like the digital well-being thing and things like this. Of course I will mention them and go through them, but I will also mention some changes nobody taught you in YouTube or on YouTube. Alright, so let's start with the most obvious one if you're using OneUI, and these are smooth animations. So as you can see, when we are opening apps like the phone, the browser, you can see this beautiful smooth animations. So they need to work a little bit on them because they are not 100% ready and complete, but they are just looking beautiful. So as you can see, smooth animations in OneUI. Also, opening the folder brings a completely new layout of the folder, so this is awesome. So this is something you will definitely notice when you update to OneUI 2. The next thing is a new and more complete dark mode. So I want to tell you that the dark mode is almost the same. Okay, it's not called night mode anymore, it's called dark mode. But when we turn on dark mode, you will notice that the background you have goes darker, so you can disable or enable this in the dark mode settings. So apply to wallpaper. By default it's set to on, or it's enabled, and you will notice that widgets you have will also go dark in a darker theme, and this is awesome. Of course you can also go to developer settings and then force dark mode to apps which don't support dark mode yet. So with WhatsApp this won't work for some reason, but Snapchat and other third-party applications who don't have dark mode currently enabled will then turn dark. Alright, so basically they improved it, they merged it with the Google dark mode from Android 10, and now it changes things like your background and widgets. Let's move on. The next thing is a new quick settings design. So maybe you have already seen it. The blue of the quick settings is a little bit different. It's a darker blue, I think, yes. And if you pull it down a little bit, so first you will notice that the clock has changed, the position of the clock. Before it was here next to the date, and this was also shifted a little bit down. Now the time is staying here in the left corner. Of course it has another position in the quick settings menu, but they changed that. And also the next most obvious thing is that when you pull down the notification shade, you will see that we have more icons. So it's now a 4x4 layout. You can't change the grid layout at the moment. Maybe they will re-add this option because we had this before, and it would be nice to have it back, because I mean it brings you a better customization. So maybe some people don't want to have this much of icons in the quick panel, so maybe Samsung will add this back. But as you can see, we have a new layout. This media and devices thing was there before on the Note 10, but the S10 now has it too. You can disable this by going to status bar. No, I'm sorry. Alright, so I found the option how to disable the media and devices setting here, you go on the 3 points, quick panel layout, and then you can disable this show media and devices thing, and you can also show the brightness right here, the brightness slider. Next thing they changed is the layout of the volume and media control. So as you can see, it's more compact and way smaller. Also, when you just change the media thing like this, and when you slide with your finger, you will get a new design of it. So that's also new. So let's continue to the more obvious things other YouTubers talked about, like the new device care. We have a new design. What I don't like, and also reported in the Samsung members app, that when you go to battery usage, it won't show your screen on time since the last full charge. It will show you the screen on time for the whole day, and I don't like this, because I mean, you can't get really a detailed information, you know, because the screen on time just tells you how long your screen was on for a day, but not how much you used your screen since the last full charge. So they should give us an option to change that if you want to have this last 7 day or this day view, or if you want to have the classic one, you know. So I hope they will change this back too. So you have a new device care section, looks more modern and just cleaner, and just matches more the OneUI design in general. And let's continue. Of course, we have the digital well-being thing. I'm not a huge fan of it, or I don't really use this, but here you can see all your apps you have used, how many notifications you received, how many unlocks you, how often you unlocked your phone. You can set app timers. You can, you have now a focus mode. This is the same like the Zen mode on OnePlus phones, and I don't know if Apple has a thing like this, but yeah, nothing too crazy going on. Parent control, wind down mode. Before going to bed, you can select that the display changes to a grayscale, so that you stop using your phone, or it gets boring using your phone, I don't know. But yeah, you have this right now also here in OneUI 2. Let's continue. The next thing is the new full screen gestures. Also a thing the most YouTubers have talked about, but I will also mention it here, because, oh no, this was the wrong section or setting. Navigation bar, and now you have full screen gesture. Now the phone will crash. This is normal, yeah. This is a bug. I have also reported it. Okay, so usually, now it crashed again. So guys, you see, this is still a beta. Here, usually you have this bar here, but you can hide it. And basically you see how buggy this was, or how laggy this was. But basically you get the full screen gestures from Android 10. So nothing crazy going on here. To go back, you can swipe from the right or left side. Multitasking view, or the app switch thing here, you swipe and hold. And yeah, you can also then swipe from an app to another app, you see. So nothing really crazy going on. You can also go into more options. This will also make my device crash. But then you can also go back to the Samsung gestures they introduced with OneUI. So let's change to the navigation bar, because they need to work a little bit more on the navigation, or no, on the gestures. They are not quite ready yet. Let's move on. Now it gets more, or a little bit more interesting. So I already mentioned the new folder device. We have new edge lighting effects. Yeah, I know, still not that exciting, but maybe for you, you have this firework thing going on here. Hello guys. And you have here like heart effect, etc. So we have some new new effects here in the edge lighting section. But nothing too crazy going on, and nothing too exciting. So now let's get in the things no one really showed you. So small changes, small UI and small setting changes in OneUI 2. Now it gets a bit more exciting. So the thing I want to talk about is always on display, because in the always on display section we have also new options. So you go under lock screen, then under always on display you have now the option to show fingerprint scanner icon. So I will type in my code, and here you can select if you want to show the fingerprint icon to be on with the always on display, or you can also show it never. You can make it tap to show, so you tap the display when the always on display is enabled or disabled. You tap to see this fingerprint icon, or you can have it enabled with the always on display, which is the default setting for the Note 10 in Android Pie. But the always on display setting is buggy, because the fingerprint icon will show and then will disappear after 2 seconds, then come back, then disappear. So this is buggy. The tap to show feature works, so I will show you this. So we lock our device, we wait that the always on display shows up, and now when you tap on the display you will get this icon which shows you where to place your finger to unlock your device. Alright. So this is a cool feature in my opinion, that they added this option here. You can also disable the charging information thing you have by default on the Galaxy Note series by going under display, and then you can show charging information. You can disable this if you don't want that, because maybe it's too bright at night when your phone is laying next to you. So yeah, you have this option right here too. Let's continue. Dynamic lock screen, yeah, also not too exciting, but I will show you this. Dynamic lock screen, you can select for example landscapes, so or other things, and this will then, after every unlock lock, it will change your wallpaper, and every 2 weeks this package you have selected will get updated with new images, so it stays a little bit fresher. But yeah, also not too exciting, because the S10 got that with an update on Android Pie too. Let's continue. Let's talk about bugs of beta 1. I will do that in a separate video, not in this one. But you have now an option. Okay, now I have sadly just one notification, but if you go to status bar, you always had the option to show the 3 most recent, so you will then see the 3 most recent notifications, and then dots to show you if you have more than just 3. You could have the option to show all notifications, so it will use all the space available in the status bar. And then the new thing is you can number of notifications only, and you will get a circle. So I will get closer to the camera. You will get a circle which has a number in it, so you know you have 1 notifications. I don't know if someone will use that. Probably yes, because I mean everyone prefers something different. And if you want to have the cleanest option, and basically this is the cleanest thing you can get. Alright, so this is new. I noticed that in the OneUI. Now it gets interesting. You see, now we are covering small little things which have changed. Then we have a new video recording mode. So if we open up the camera, go into the settings, then we go under videos, and we can select here the rear video size. You see we have all these different video size you can select, but when we go under advanced recording options, you will see we have a new option, which is HDR10 plus video. So you can record videos in HDR10 plus. This has a little red labs icon, so it is in beta. Maybe it will crash, I don't know. I didn't test this, but you can then watch your videos on HDR10 plus devices in the full color range, you know. So you will just get the best, or you will see the benefit of it if you are watching then your recorded videos on an HDR10 plus display or platform which supports that, you know. So this is new. Then let's continue. Navbar button layout change. So as you can see, I'm using the navbar, and compared to the navbar we had in Pi, they changed a little bit or tweaked the arrangement of the navbar. So I can pull up a screenshot I took when I was using Pi. When I was using Pi, and as you can see, the navbar was way wider, so they were wider apart of each other, you know, and maybe you needed to stretch your thumb a little bit more to reach the buttons. But now, if I just tap, you will see they are closer together, and also the icons are a little bit bigger. I don't know if people will like it or dislike it. I don't find it to be a huge difference, maybe a little bit, because you can reach it easier, and it's okay. I mean, that's not something you will maybe complain about. You will just notice it as I do, or maybe not. But the next big thing is keyboard. Let's type in something. You will see this gap, especially if you were using gestures on earlier versions like Android 9 with the OneUI 1.0, 1.1, 1.5. You had this gap right here, right? So I can show you this by switching back to the gestures. We know our device will crash, but let's do this for that video. Okay, lock screen will come on. Yeah, all right. So let's remove also the gestures and to have a full display thing, immersion, you know. Okay, but now you have show button to hide keyboard. If this is enabled, you will see the difference. We will have this gap, you see, just because of this thing. You can also select if you want to have this keyboard icon here to change between different keyboards, but this thing will cause this gap, and this was there before. This gap was always there without this thing, but you had this gap, you know. And in the first beta of OneUI 1, you didn't have this gap, but now you can disable or remove this gap. I will show you how. So let's go back to the settings, and we just unselect show button keyboard, and boom, you will see the keyboard will go just to the bottom of the display, you see, and then you can start typing, and you will use the full screen thing you have, you know, the full screen real estate. The keyboard will really shift down to the bottom. So this is nice, and I bet some people will really appreciate that this is now possible. All right, let's go back to the navigation buttons. And let's move on. I think there is one more thing I want to show you guys. And yeah, I have something. And this is the search function is overhold, or it can just search in more apps. So let's say I'm a huge Avengers and Iron Man fan. Let's just search for Avengers, because when I type in Iron Man, it will show me some context, and then I need to blur everything, and that just looks ugly. So I typed in Avengers, so I have an Avengers stickers app here. You see that was also a bug that the keyboard is going down. But it will show your apps, and also if you have something in the notes, etc. This was there before, but if you type in for a detailed search, it will search really for almost everything. So it will also show you the app info for this app. Then it will search for files, it will search for calendar events. In the gallery, it will show you everything which has the name Avengers in it. Then it will show you even from Google Play Music search results, reminder search results, internet search results. So this wasn't there before, I bet. Samsung Music was there before, but it will also show you search results from Samsung Music. Then from Samsung Notes, from Spotify, video, then from the gallery, from the Galaxy Store. This was there before, also from the Play Store. But okay, I don't know why it don't show this anymore, but it showed you also for Netflix one. I will try this with Iron Man, because this was there before, because it also showed me search results from Netflix, but now it's gone. Okay, maybe this was a bug, but it showed you even from Netflix search results for what you have searched, and this is great. I mean, you can then basically search everything from there, from this little bar here at the top, and this is cool, or not? So yeah, basically this was my my in-depth review of OneUI 2, what has changed, and also some more in-depth things, settings, and etc. Maybe I will catch more. Oh, before I forgot it, for the S Pen there is nothing really new, so nothing that I have noticed, so no new changes here. But why? The S Pen was already feature packed without OneUI 2. But yeah, if I will notice anything more, I will definitely make a video if I have some other things to share. If the second beta is coming, I will do a video. So subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions about OneUI 2, what you want to know, please leave comments down below. I will write these questions down and answer them in the upcoming video. So yeah, I hope you are doing all fine. Have a fantastic weekend or day, and I will see you soon. Bye. Peace out.